It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for which we fight. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the white. Every eye gleams bright for the red and the white as we sing this song to you. What do we say?
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to TIO Stadium in Darwin on beautiful Waratah country for the AFL&T's coverage of the 2022-2023 TIO NTFL final series. We've got a massive game coming up, PINT versus Waratah in the Women's Premier League. My name's Liz Cruz. Joining me in the commentary box today, Tash Medbury. Welcome, Tash. We've just seen a ripper game between St Mary's and Buffs, and we've got another ripper coming up.
Yeah, an absolute nail-biter that was, and congratulations to the St Mary's girls knocking out last year's premiers, of course, the Buffettes, but yeah, what a ripper of a game. So looking forward to this one. I think Waratahs will probably find it a little bit hard. I think the wet weather helped them last week, and there's going to be no wet weather in this game today. But yeah, looking for both teams to really thrash it out, because you go to the granny if you win this one. You
get to go to the big dance. It's a really hot day out there today, very different to last week, as we said, and play is underway here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
So here we go, PINT already with the first clearance. And as expected, Sarah Ingram, one of their best players. Last week as well, Stephanie O'Brien racked up the positions for Waratahs.
She was amazing.
So we'll keep an eye on her, but here's Jenna Daniel, the free kick. Right half back, left half back, sorry, there for Waratahs. Big kick, but well read there to PINT. Zoe McWhinney. Thought she was going to go the switch there. She had Jazzy Hewitt all by herself in the centre square, but she went long instead. The top of the 50 there. See a number of players, and you really want to get your hands on the footy early on in the piece in a final, especially one as big as this. And Amy Chittick, what we're used to expecting there, good mark in the forward 50.
She's a player that'll give it her all today. She's so passionate about her footy and loving her footy at PINTs.
Yeah, already won a premiership for them, and many, I think, can't even count how many she won at Waratahs, to be honest. And she's kicking into a slight breeze, so she'll look to the top of the square as she does. Good kick to the hot spot. Number of players here for PINT. Have a shot on goal. How does it bounce? Going to be cut off close to the behind post there. And they'll be happy with that, Waratahs.
Yeah, the ball's gone out of bounds in front of the Michael Long Learning and Leadership Centre. So a minute and a half into this first quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. Both teams yet to score.
Yeah, just looking at a few key matchups. We know ball winners. I thought that maybe there might be a few tags out there, only because there's a lot of dominant ball winners on both sides in the middle. There's Stephanie O'Brien. She goes without it. And happy probably to have another ball up. And she is there with I think that's Chittick hanging on to her.
Yeah, I was talking to TARS coach Heidi Thompson during the week, and we were talking about Stephanie. It's only her third season of footy. She's a netballer from Queensland who's taken to footy really well.
Yeah, they often do, the netballers. They really seem to get a grasp very early on in the piece when they come over. And there's Rihanna Myatt. She's got a soccer background, and she's also transitioned very well. Here they go with the transition of hand passes out the middle. Not many there. Going to be a big clash here. Good work. And last week, Megan Hunt was one of the better players as well for TARS. She went hard at that ball. Loose ball now. And a good hip and shoulder. Centre Jala Hunt flying there for PINT. And the acting captain, Kira Zarafa.
Yeah, Megan Hunt played a bit of time for Brisbane Lions in the AFLW, so she's certainly an accomplished footballer, as we see TARS get that kick away in the centre square. Looking for Aggie Singh, who just taps it out in front of her, trying to pick up the ball now.
She'll use her pace as well. She gets around one. It's too easy there against Lucy Hamilton. She has a second bounce. She has a shot on goal and just fades across the face of goals there. But I was saying about the matchups, and that's one of them. Lucy Hamilton on Aggie Singh. That's going to be an absolute brilliant one, and I wonder how long that'll stick, because just then it just showed her pace is probably just a little bit too fast there.
I'm not sure who out there will be able to keep up with Aggie, and if they'll have to employ a different tactic just to try and cut her pace from her or corral her or something, because she'd be so hard to catch.
Yeah, I think you've got to use a little bit of size and strength on her, trying to knock her off the ball if you can. Umpire let that one go. Nearly gave herself up there, Jala Hunt. Put her hands up when she held onto the jumper of her opponent. PINT coming through. Again, Sarah Ingram. Gets it back. Jazzy Hewitt. Kicks it forward. Unkind bounce there for Waratahs, but mopping up at the back, Laura Waratah. That's a good spot-up kick. She's looking straight down the middle here. Not much to kick to. It's all one-on-one contests. Kicks it towards Jazzy Hewitt. Usually good in the air, also at ground level, but that's Picked away there by Annabelle Kiewit. I think she won their best and fairest, I believe, Liz, I think it was.
Yeah, she just got tackled there by the ball, though. Well done by the Pints defence, and they'll have a free kick in their back line.
And Zoe McWhinney goes long. The back there was Hunt, but there's O'Brien. She's taking a little bit high, but manages to get the ball out to Zarafa. Kicks it, come off the side of her boot, but it could favour Waratahs here. There's Kiewit. Just dances around one. A beautiful hand pass to Celebrity, and she's just missed. So another behind for Waratahs.
So 5-minute mark of the first quarter here at TIO Stadium, and it'll be Hetherington to bring that ball back in as she does each week for Pint.
Yeah, Waratah's not awake to that there, and they've got no numbers out this side. You can just see on screen now, there's the first one, and does well to smother. Considering they had no numbers, they've caused the turnover here. Waratahs, they can have their shot on goal. Jayla Hunt, she does now, does the win, bring it around, and just misses. There's breeze going across the...
Geordie Mifsud, that was, sorry.
Mifsud, sorry.
Yep, who was fantastic for Waratah last week as well, Tash.
So she...
Well, that's a great mark there to Kiewit, just running across and propping it up so she could have a second jab at it. Kicks it in to Hunt again. So she's dominant early today, Tash.
So she'll probably just put it up. And she does. She's got a lead on Maselli. She's got time. Loves these opportunities. How does it bounce? Over the top.
I
reckon if she would have put the Shepherd on there, I reckon it would have gone through. So that was Smith, I think that was, Laura Smith.
And 4 points so far, 6-minute mark of the first quarter to Waratah. So Hetherington will, Hetherington will bring that in again for Pint.
Yeah, Waratahs are a bit awake this time, so they picked up a play, and that's a good mark again. So Waratahs looking strong. Pint have only had one inside 50. Waratahs are going for probably the 6th or 7th. And that's Misfit. So again, strong hands. Jordan Misfit lifts it in front of goal, and this is gettable for her. She's got a bit of a slight breeze, so she needs to aim for the goal post closest to the grandstand here and let the breeze sort of bring it across. But she had a wonderful game last week. She racked up the stats as well.
Yeah, the daughter of Jason Mifsud, the former AFL player, so from Victoria. Let's see what she can do with this one.
And perfectly, she let the breeze take that around, and the first goal on the board to Waratahs. They peppered the goals, so they take the lead by 10 points to nothing here. So good start to Waratahs. They just blocked it in there, put all the pressure on the back five of the Pint girls, the Green Ants. And just watching on replay here, good kicking action. And she didn't try and boot through the footy. She knew she had the distance and used the wind to her advantage.
Yeah, her nickname is Boomer, according to Heidi Thompson, and she played for Hawthorn in the VFLW last season and was named best and fairest. So it's her first season at TARS, and it looks like she's enjoying her footy up here in Darwin.
For sure. So, to get a best and fairest down there and not make yourself on a list maybe in this coming draft, she might get picked up.
Yeah, there's some great talent out there on display in our women's NTFL competition. Pints just tapping it forward to their advantage.
Yeah, that was McWhinney again. So here's an opportunity. Pint just gets it in, looking for Steph Lawrence, one of Pint's playmakers as well. Sliding kick off the ground there by Rihanna Myatt. Lucky not to give away the free kick, but McWhinney's going to take this mark for Pint, still inside the forward 50. She goes to a one-on-one. Amy Chittick wins front position. She worked that well, used her strength and got rid of her opponent and took a chest mark in the end. Size and strength there. Not tall in stature, but I tell you what, she's very strong one-on-one and just was able to get rid of her opponent and win front position. Yeah,
huge heart. She's got a clever footy brain and just gives it her all week in, week out for her team.
You can see the breeze, just see the trees in the background. So it is a very, very tricky breeze here. And
it's a hot breeze. It's a really hot day today after having 2 weeks of monsoonal rain. Let's see what Chitty can do with this one.
And the breeze actually held it up there in the goal square. So dangerous position. Here's Lawrence. Can she get hands to the ball? She does, and she drags it in. She needs to get rid of it. What's the umpire going to call? And he's called her holding the footy. Well done, Waratahs. They didn't panic. Had a few numbers around the ball there. Lawrence could have possibly got that one out. It gets to the back. Lucy Hamilton knocked off the contest, and they'll be happy to call this the umpires saying play on. The ball wasn't going anywhere. So again, Sarah Ingram already has had a few touches.
Yeah, and Waratah are yet to get a win over PINT this season. I think PINT only been defeated by St Mary's, so they're off to a good start, the red and white today.
Yeah, the PINT girls, I believe, only had, oh, that's a good mark, full stretch, right in front of goal. So going to go back, and that's Hillary Grubb. So this is a gettable goal for sure. I think this is only their first game in 3 or 4 weeks. They played a exhibition match against Port Melbourne, I think it was, that come up.
Yep, when they had the week off. So Rick Nolan would have been big on getting them some match practice as we see that ball go through for a behind. So PINTs have got their first score on the board at the 10-minute mark of this first quarter. Waratah 1-4-10, leading PINT 1 behind.
Sharona Bishop, sorry, to bring this in with all her experience.
She was great last week for TARS too.
She was a wall game. And a lovely kick, finds Smith.
Yeah, years of experience with Sharona there, rock solid in defence.
Like, just the way they transition the footy, probably the best kick, but the breeze. Well done, Maselli. She was really good in the last quarter for Waratahs last week. Really showed her experience. A good tackle, thrown to ground. Umpire said play on. Gave the player ample opportunities. Lauren Motlop's on the ground. She's picking up Zarafa. Puts in the Shepherd, and that's caught holding the footy. So free kick going the way of Waratahs. Everything seems to be working the way of the TARS girls at the moment. Kick to the hot spot. Trying to win front possession. Position there was Lawrence. Oh, sorry. That was Coe. Oh, strong. Not much you could do about that as a defender.
No, she's an unreal footballer. Just got the perfect size to play key position. Great skills, comes from a netball background and just has settled into football quite well in the last few seasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she got herself on a list down south, to be completely honest with you, in a couple of years or year. Might actually find her playing in the AFLW, because she's just got that aurora about her. And like you said, Liz, if she's only just come from sort of netball the last couple of years, she's transitioned very, very well. Yeah,
well, she's playing for Southport in Queensland in the Quaffle, but she plays netball for the Ipswich Jets in the Sapphire Series, so that's a pretty serious netball resume as well.
So she gets the toughness from.
Yep.
They go long, trying to use their body out there. PINT again, but Lisa Maselli picks it up. She's met front on. That was a good tackle there by Cassie Henderson, the captain, the stalwart of the Queen Ants.
Yeah, I think she started the women's footy there at PINT. And
yeah, she sure did.
What a coup to get a coach like Rick Nolan.
Yeah, they done well. Get out the big checkbook for that one.
Does it for the love of the game. A great man, Rick Nolan.
He does.
And the coach Heidi Thompson at TARS, she's doing fantastic things. The former NT Thunder coach, and has AFLW experience herself over in Queensland.
And we've got the nervous Robbo down on the bench again, leading the charge on the bench for Waratahs, of course, with her knee injury. Don't expect her to be back this season, unfortunately, and it's very hard for her to watch finals, because last week was the first final for Waratahs that she hasn't actually played in, as they go ahead again inside their forward 50. What have they got? It's all one-on-one. PINT coming back into trying to block the hole, and a good mark. So well done there to PINT.
Kate Atkins in the back line it was. So that kick's gone out to the far wing. There's been a whistle. Free kick will go to PINT. The Waratah player just returning the ball.
Yeah, held it up. Did well. Did well to Hillary. Hillary Grubb's moved up. So they've put her on the ball. It's rough up. It's taken by Lauren Motlop. Good match up, those two.
Yeah, I know Lauren's just so excited to be playing finals footy again. She's been a stalwart of the NTFL competition for so long.
And there's Bishop again, just in the right spot at the right time, but unfortunately her kick didn't hit the target. So Ruby Benham, good juggled mark there. Good work to Riley Huppatz. And just a wayward kick, so they'll look for possibly the switch here. There's not much on. So she'll go out wide, looking for a teammate in Bethany Wheeler, but the boundary line just beats him. But Rihanna Mites actually kept that in with her soccer skills. Well done.
A soccer kick.
And again, Right, anything to go forward, which is the way that you want it. Good pick up there by Lawrence. Lawrence gives a handball off. Quick kick by Ingram. And Amy Chittick nearly takes a beautiful mark. Unfortunately, it come out of the mitts. Waratah's the clearing kick and a good mark. Well read there by Katie Streeter.
Oh, what a great mark by Katie Streeter. She's back playing great footy after having a baby, kicking that into the forward line, looking for a teammate, but...
the umpires said that's paid the person in front. I thought that was equal hands for that.
It was, 50-50, paper, scissors, rock for that one.
Oh, but they'll take it, Pint. Going back here is Casey Morris. She'll have a shot on goal. Pint yet to kick a goal.
Ricky Nolan coaching from the bench down there with his assistant Toby Stoll as Pint look to get their first goal on the board, and that has gone straight through, and aren't they pumped about it, the Pints girls. Great goal there by Casey Morris.
Yeah, good goal, and the opportunist goal as well. They put the pressure on the TAR's defensive unit, and a clearing kick just fell short, and a good mark in the end by Katie Streeter, and then she found her forward on the chest.
So the scores now: Pint with a goal, 1-1-7, trailing Waratah 1-5-11, just 4 points in it. We're at the 15.5 minute mark of this first quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and it's just like the game before this one, Tash, a really big, a real arm wrestle out there.
Yeah, it is. We've seen the nail biter the last game, and also last week as well. So there's been some ripping finals action in both the men's and the women's so far for week 1 of the finals, and expecting more in week 2.
And if you're a footy fan, where else would you rather be than here in Darwin or watching it on AFL NTV?
So well done there, Brian. She's up against Jasmine Hewitt, who is not easy to beat in the ruck. Maggie Singh. So it looks like they've made the change already there. So
yeah, free kick just given away there by...
Aggie's on here. They can move it quickly. Now they decide to finally move it to her, but Pint were awake and managed to get back. Hetherington trying to break through. Kick was partially smothered, but well read. Picked up here by her teammate. Pint with a good transition. Oh, wow. You've got to pay that just about every day of the week, that one. So Lauren Plunker.
Yeah.
Pluker,
I think.
Pluker.
Unlucky. That was amazing. Pay it just for the...
the effort.
Pay it for the effort. So 16, nearly 17 minutes gone in this first quarter. Ball up.
So O'Brien is in the ruck against Myatt. Thraffa dispossessed. Here's Streeter. Kick partially smothered as well. So a lot of pressure on the ball carrier. Waratahs have the numbers. The ball comes out and there's the siren to end the first quarter. What a ripping first quarter, and Pint managed to get that goal late in the first quarter, and they're 4 points behind.
Yeah, a goal to Jordan Mifsud for Waratah and a goal to Casey Morris for Pint. We'll go to the quarter time break and be back very soon for the second quarter.
This afternoon here at Waratah, TIO Stadium. To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Beautiful. Goes for home and has nailed an absolute ripsorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin on beautiful Waratah country for the second quarter of this TIO NTFL Women's Premier League final between Waratah and PINT. It's a close game we've got on our hands here, Tash, just 4 points the difference.
Yeah, and O'Brien again starting in that ruck. I think it's a good move as well because there we go. She's contesting against Hewitt, which isn't usually an easy feat. And there we go. She's caused the turnover, just the pressure that she produces, and then a beautiful kick in. Aggie Singh, she had it, then she dropped it. Hunt's in there, just scooped up to Zarafa. Good smother. So started the second quarter on fire. Zarafa again with a good hip and shoulder, got rid of her opponent, and now she's wrapped up. The umpire's going to call it.
Yeah, good call. And of course, both netballers, the ruck, both coming from a netball background, and they're both athletic type ruck. Obviously, Jazzy was a top netballer up here before she played football as well, so it's going to be an interesting battle today.
So it comes out, PINT, kick up towards centre wing over the head of Anna Brody, a teammate, PINT. Waratah's player went to ground there. Tarano here on the mark. McWhinney, she's
been good early.
Well, so Chittick's telling her to go along to a one-on-one contest. Lawrence gets over the back. Number of defenders there for Waratahs, but out the back is Steph Lawrence, and it bounces through and straight through for a goal. So PINT have the first goal of the second quarter. And again, the Waratahs defenders just got sucked into that one contest, and Steph Lawrence got out the back and got the goal. She's
been outstanding for PINT all season, Stephanie Lawrence. She'll certainly be up there in the Gwyn medal vote count next Sunday night as we just watch the replay here, Tash.
Yeah, just watch the Tars. 1, 2, 3, 4 all got caught into that contest and just at the back, and she's pretty much kicked that off the ground. Steph Lawrence, so beautiful goal, and they take the lead by 2 points.
Yeah, 2-1-13 PINTs leading Waratah 1-5-11.
Took a minute and a half. So Rick Nolan, whatever he said, it worked.
Oh, he's a great coach. Rick and Heidi likewise, they would have put so much thought into the lead up of this game and positions and matchups, and yeah, like we said, a fascinating ruck duel there with the two netballers turned footballers.
Saints will be watching this, the girls as well, after their win, because they play the loser of this game. So watching it with keen eyes. Go long, keep it. Cassie Henderson just knocked over her teammate there, and Kate Atkins. So free kick going the way of PINT. So fortunate there for the PINT girls. I thought that they'd turn that over. Atkins goes long. Looking for around at Wyatt. She's pretty fast on the wings. McWhinney again with another touch. Gets boot to ball. Good contest, but brave. Nabel Kiewit, young player. Very, very good player as well. She goes long. Atkin went that really well against Zarafa. Goes in the corridor. Dangerous here. Be a turnover. Lifts it. Gets boot to ball now. Zarafa's got a little bit of space on Atkin. Gets the handball away. It's a terrible handball. Maselli's got to go back for it. And then she has to go into traffic. Zarafa would love to have that handball again because it could be a costly turnover. And they've marked it in the centre square. Plays on quickly. That's what PINT love to do. One-on-one contest down the ground. Good work there. Defensive work there by Huka.
Yeah, clever little tap by Amy Chittick there to the advantage of her PINT's teammate. Tar's going to chop it off, but spilt the mark, so they play on it, and it is Hillary Grubb that gets that kick away, not quite 15. Another kick into the forward line. There's a foot race there between Amy Chittick and I think it's Pluka running with her. No, sorry, it is Lauren. So over the line for a behind.
Yeah, and well done to Pluka there, because a lot of players are still 50-50 of whether they can rush it through and how without giving away the free kick, but that was perfectly played there, and she had a little bit of wheels on her as well, because Chittick isn't slow at all. So
no, I've been really impressed with Pluka the last few weeks. She manned up on Danielle Ponta a couple of games ago, and yeah, they went toe-to-toe all game. She didn't back down. No, Tarana here to bring the ball in for Waratah.
She plays on, and there's a swirling hot breeze out there. The trees are just whirling around. Goes wide, and that was touched, so it's going to be a boundary throw-in. 70 around from the PINT goal. Still 3 points of difference here. We've gone 4.5 minutes in the second. Of course, the winner goes through to the grand final. Loser will play the St Mary's girls, who had a good win.
I was just looking on the radar. There's absolutely no rain there for the first time in about 2 weeks. We've nearly been underwater the last few weeks. So a dry old day today as Waratah wheels around and chucks it on the boot, but only as far as Hetherington, who's come down from fullback.
Yeah, she's a loose player in the back there, so they're playing a loose player behind the ball, Pint. So Waratahs need to be awake to that. So they've got a loose player, I reckon, behind the ball down the other end. So they're happy to obviously let that go, the coaches. Here goes Hewitt, and a good tackle. That's holding the footy. Beautiful tackle there by Keevat. Nearly a 50 as well. Oh, she was in the kicking motion there, Hewitt, but a desperation tackle and a beautiful kick out there to Lisa Maselli. That was a wonderful kick, 40-metre kick in these windy conditions. Hit her on the chest, and that's a poor turnover. Aggie Singh back in the contest now because the ball went to ground. Needs to work harder on these contests. Pint girls are very hard to tackle. Hewitt lets that bounce.
Yeah, they're a very fit team, Pint. They'll run all day today. But so Waratah, Amy Chittick just pushing off her player there to take a mark, not paid.
The umpire said she touched it on the way through. Well, I think...
Chitty
that
thought
one,
it was a
but
mark.
yeah, she claimed it, and then the Waratahs player, now it's going to come out. The girls need to be awake to this because the umpires are not calling it. They're waiting every opportunity for the ball to come out, as they are once again here. The umpire is still watching it. He's letting it go. He's letting it go. The girls are all looking at the umpire, and now finally he calls it. So they need to be awake to that the umpire's not going to call it straight away.
No, so 6 minutes into this second quarter, and it is a 3-point lead to Pint, but it is down their end again. Stephanie Lawrence looking dangerous in the full forward position there in the goal square.
Hewitt goes up high against Smith. Streeter comes out with it. Dispossessed Pint player. Smith goes in again. She's all wrapped up. The ball comes out. Streeter tries to hit it to some space. Waratah's player paddles it forward, but a quick kick forward and good mark then again to Luca.
Yeah, she's been great so far today.
Lauren's back on Zarafa. Good contest. Lauren has it. Left foot kick into the forward. Amy Chittick with the diving mark. Dropped it. Bishop with a clearing kick. Zarafa's there in amongst 3 Pint players, and then she gets a second effort in there with a smother. The ball's not coming out. Now it does, and a smother again by Zarafa. Then she gets with a Streeter. Well done,
Don't argue.
Zarafa. That was 5 efforts in there, and a good mark there by Celebrity.
She plays on looking for Aggie Singh, but it's going to go over the top. Bounce didn't favour Pints then, and Aggie's mopped it up. She gets tackled, but breaks the tackle and runs on, chucks it on the right, looking for the running O'Brien, who's got 2 players to beat.
Oh, sits well for her, the bounce, and she goes inside out. Maselli's there. Can she get rid of it? She does, and she's kicked the goal. Well done, Waratahs, and that's a goal to Zarafa.
100%.
5 efforts down here on the defensive 50, and then to get the ball away and hit a target. Absolutely brilliant play by the young acting captain. We won't see it on replay. We'll see the good effort here, but a kind bounce for O'Brien. Then just run around both players. Probably a bit of a lack of communication there by the Pint girls. There was 2 on 1. They just needed to corral her.
And just great composure by Stephanie O'Brien to suck them in to enable her to get the handball off. But like you said, that effort by Zarafa, that when Heidi Thompson shows the team in their reviews this week, she should show that, and that's, you know, heart and soul stuff for Waratah. So the score now, Pint 2-2-14, trailing Waratah 2-5-17 at the 8.5 minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, that's why she's got the C next to her name, I feel. Very young, but just that effort against 3 or 4 Pint players there, and 2 smothers in amongst that effort.
Yeah, the acknowledgement of a testament of her character, I would say, down at Waratah. And Lisa Roberts is pacing that sideline, the injured captain.
She's getting closer and closer to that getting on, isn't she? There's Hewitt. Gets her kick away. Oh, in the sitting spot. Well done there to the Waratahs defender, and Daniel worked her way back into that contest to cause a turnover. 1-on-1 contest again here. Needs to get rid of it. That's holding the footy. The umpire is going to pin her. As soon as she started to creep up on the tackle, she dropped her hand straight away because she knew she was going to give away the free kick for high. So in the end, she earned herself a free kick, and that's Coe.
Yeah, well done, Shelby Coe. So right in front of the Waratah interchange bench, right in front of the commentary box in the grandstand here. She looks for Aggie Singh, just goes over the top and hits Maselli in the face.
Maselli's dumped after she got rid of the footy. Probably lucky not to get a free kick, unlucky not to get a free kick, sorry. So a free kick here going to Amy Chittick. And this time she was on Joanne Balteas.
So Amy Chittick kicks it on the right, putting it up for Stephanie Lawrence. It hits her hands, but great defence there by Waratah to clear it out. That was Ruby Benham that got tackled there, but Chitty's got it back.
Chitty fell straight into her lap, and the umpires found a free kick. It's going the way of PINT. Unfortunately, there to Daniel, she just tugged the jumper, and the umpire was in the right spot, and Grubb will have the kick. She kicked their first, no, Morris, she kicked their first goal. And this is definitely gettable for her. The breeze has just calmed down slightly, but just on her distance. But she gets good penetration. She'll get this one.
Nice off the boot, but just falls a metre or two short. Stephanie Lawrence dangerous there, trying to kick it off the ground. It comes out the back, and
Hewitt with a smack.
Wow, hits the post.
I still reckon the posters should be worth more than a point, to be honest. I think they should be 3. Have the 1, 3 and 6.
Yeah, so Tarano here to bring it in again for Waratah. The score now 2 points the difference in their favour.
Yeah, where does she go to the where the numbers are here? No, she's not. She's going to go to the 1-on-1. She's tried to get it over the top. Myatt, she's backing her teammate out there to win the 1-on-1. Wheeler against Myatt. Myatt wins the footy, kicks it back towards Chittick, gets past her. Here goes Morris, trying to pick it up. As she shovel it out to Chittick, she can't get rid of it. That's a brilliant tackle by Daniel. Here's the rougher again. She's taken to ground, gets rid of the footy. Good contest here the last couple of minutes here in this game. Celebre's underneath it. Lawrence comes from behind. She's really good in the air, isn't she? And Waratah's with a clearing kick. Racing to the footy here is Coe for Waratahs. Trying to put the bump on as Ingram. Ingram gets a footy, dances around one, then caught holding the footy. The umpires let it go. Says play on. Here's O'Brien. Goes back inside. Then takes on a second opponent, Streeter. Kicks it to space. Looking for Lay. Young Lay's come on. She didn't play last week, but in the team this week, O'Brien. Hand pass to Celebree. This gets over the back. Watch out for Aggie Singh. She's got wheels. Good shepherd applied there by the Waratah player in Hamilton. And well done to Hamilton, because she blocked Aggie Singh's run there. And Rihanna Myatt takes the mark, and then she takes off. Unfortunately, not a good kick away. Zarafa chopped it off at half back. There's that 1-2 effort, then gets through one. Then she's taken on opponent. She gets rid of the footy. Luckily for her, Celebree gets it. She gets her kick away. Hunt trying to get back in the contest. She hasn't really touched it in this second quarter. Waratah's just not the numbers here. Little push in the back. The umpire let it go. Lay gets her hand pass away, but all the numbers here for PINT.
There's 5 players for PINTs there, tackling the Waratah's players.
So ball gets out the back. Good tackle applied there. The umpire let it go. I thought that was holding the ball. She took the players on, and then Chittick ends up with the footy again. She boots it forward. Watch Steph Lawrence. She's good in these areas. And a dangerous kick back into the corridor. Jazz Hewitt's hanging around. She'll love this if she can get her mitts on it. She's trying. She's knocked out of the contest. She jumps to her feet again. Well done to Waratahs in that player and Wheeler. Wheeler got it to Zarafa. Here's Hunt.
That's a great mark by Hunt.
And O'Brien's by herself. She can just trap forward here about 15 metres. She can take the mark. She's dropped it. So she's allowed PINT to get back in the contest. Streeter.
Katie Streeter just bustling her way in there. She's half the size of O'Brien, but she's putting on the big hits. So O'Brien breaks away again and gets that kick away. It's just a grubber along the ground. Keevitt picks it up, but ducks straight back into a PINTs player, and there's a loose ball again.
Yeah, there's Lauren tracking the footy, but Maselli gets rid of Lauren Motlop. So picked up here by Pluker, I think that is, Aggie Singh. 2 to beat. She can take possession of the footy, then she dives, but she went back into traffic there. That should be holding the footy. The umpires let it go. She ducked her head, and just a little bit of feeling there.
Yeah, so it'll be a ball up by the looks. Aggie just returning the ball to the umpire down the Michael Long centre end.
I'm not sure who that PINT player was that was running across the field towards Aggie Singh, but she had some wheels as well, because it's not easy to catch Aggie.
Not at all. So Keevitt going up in the ruck for Tars, but it's gone over again. So Tars looking to get a goal here before the half-time siren down their end. It's 14.5 minutes have gone so far.
Yeah, not long to go. So how do they set here? They still got the extra player behind the footy. They do. Tars back here. Got two players by themselves. So Pints have obviously, they've got 2 extra players in the defensive 50. So they'll be happy just to try and get this ball out, as they do now. But O'Brien, she tapped the ball, then she goes and collects it herself. Then she gets the kick away. Aggie Singh got rid of her opponent, but cleared the ball, the path for the ball, and a good mark. Well read there by the Waratahs player, and Brittany Daly. She looks for the switch. Goes to Coe. Coe's held up. Not much on. Back line is absolutely flooded by the Pint players, and a mark.
Nikki Watts.
Oh, how do you mark it in amongst all those players there? Well done, Watts. This is not with just beyond her measure. Maselli snuck into some space there, but that was ignored. So Watts goes long. No one's in the goal square, but getting over the top, and the bounce. And does it stay in? No, it just trickles over the boundary line, deep in the forward pocket for a boundary throw-in. So they've just probably got this last opportunity before the siren will go here, the Waratahs girls.
Yeah, still 2 points in it. Pints trailing 2-3-15 to Waratah 2-5-17. Waratah had all those points early in the game, and a real opportunity for them now to get a goal before the halftime siren.
Yeah, Lauren O'Shea's come on, so she's taking the ruck. She can tap this down, gets out the back streeter, takes off with it. Is there an opportunity for Pint? They were all Waratahs back here. So I said they had 2 players drop behind the footy, and so do Pints behind the footy. So O'Brien comes across the pack. Number of players here for Pint. Now they gain possession. Has a bounce through the midfield.
There's no one home for Pint though.
One-on-one contest. Where's Lawrence? Lawrence, good tackle applied.
Yeah, Waratah with the 2 spare players then. Probably should have been a free kick there on a high tackle. Waratah still trying to get it out, and they do. They get it out to Pluka, who kicks down the field. Now looking for Kievit, who's all on her own.
Yeah, Kievit, beautiful pickup. Then she puts the afterburners on, kicks it in. O'Shea can't get down that low. Then she goes back in for a second effort as well. Aggie Singh needs to get herself around this footy. Lauren Motlop picks it up, just handballs to space. Pint under enormous pressure before this halftime siren goes, and the umpire has said, give me the ball, I'm going to ball it up. Well done, Lauren Motlop there, but Aggie Singh just needs to get involved when the ball's in the forward 50 a little bit more there with her talent and her X factor. And there's the siren. So
wow.
They held off the late charge there by Waratahs, but what another game we have in our hands here.
A similar scoreline to the previous game. And we'll go to the halftime break with Pint 2-3-15 trailing Waratah 2-5-17. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon after these messages. Involved in footy, and she was instrumental in St Mary's win last week. Let's see what she can do with this one.
Noted goal kicker as well, and she's landed that one. So the first on the board, St Mary's. They had to work hard for it, but under enormous pressure, the Waratahs defenders.
Her football, O'Brien, and she should get Tars on the board with their first major for the game. A quick reply to St Mary's goal at the 8-minute mark of the first quarter.
They wasn't happy with that. Probably not the best delivery into Gunderson. Good pick up there by Long.
Danielle
Ponta right in front of goals, and she's got St Mary's second. So she dropped the sitter in the goal square, but she redeems herself and gets the second on the board. So back is O'Shea with their experience. I thought that was front-on contact there by Forshaw, but the umpire let it go. There's Singh, and she's got it.
Aggie Singh, what a goal. What a talent.
Drives it into the forward 50. Here's Jenna Singh hanging around. Celebrate gives it to her as well. She paddles it forward. Taken head high, and the umpire, I think, has paid that to Laura Smith, but the goal counts, so paying advantage, and Waratahs have the first goal on the board to start the second quarter, Liz. That's a good kick she can play on as well. She's a noted goal kicker, but that heavy ball couldn't really penetrate towards the goal. Singh go for her second, and she has. Waratahs get the first goal of the third quarter. So
Aggie Singh just showing her X factor there and how dangerous she is around goal.
This one, that's Smith. She's picked it up. Celebrities come on. Jenna Singh off the ground. Any other time that would have bounced through the goals, but it stays in the lake in the goal square. Singh again, and she's got her third.
Wow.
Waratahs have the second of this quarter, and Jenna Singh just dynamic. And we said at the start of the game, perfect conditions for her, and there we go, three goals. Just on her measure, I feel, but Good kick into the... and there's
Armstrong.
Armstrong, so she takes the mark.
Kick this through for a goal.
And she just sneaks it and made the goal umpire do some work, but she's got her first of the afternoon.
She plays on.
Billy plays on quickly.
Emma Stark picking up, getting the quick hands out to Hannah Posbrook. She gets it to Caitlin Armstrong and she
There she
puts it
is.
on the boot for her second goal. So 2 goals in a minute for St Mary's, getting them right back in this game after Waratah have dominated for the last half an hour or so. Point makes it 6 points in the difference. So what can Hunt do?
So there she goes, and she just pops it through. She's got the goal. Waratahs have the very, very important goal, the first goal of this last quarter. Determination out there and leading. So celebrate. Here's these two again. They've gone at it, and there's the siren. So the winners, Waratah.
Wrapped up then again was Oborn. Now it comes out. Hurried left foot kick is a snap and it looks pretty good. Everyone's happy with that from Waratahs.
Jake McCreary, I think it was, Ash. And
To Carroll. Carroll has at least one option, ignores him, and then instead goes for the better one, and that better option is William Collis. Collis just plays on. Left-footed goal, bouncing through, coast to coast, the red and whites go. So it was knocked away by the Dylan Collis, still loose. Now it comes back to Yaren's right foot, kick at goal is true. And the green and gold are on the board now.
it was a scoop out from the Tars hand, but anyway.
As Carroll just swings it around and the skipper kicks a goal.
Yeah, great finish there.
There are substantial skill errors, no question about that. That was Magro, puts it straight on the boot. Oh, loose out the back. This is Bow. He's going to score again. I think that's his second or third, is it? Let me just check.
No, he's had
That's his first.
He's had a couple of chances.
He had a couple of shots. 6 from Waratahs. It's really held his own tonight. Now they've got Gooch is in there. Oh, they both looked at each other. Oh, they've overrun it. Calder has a crack and Calder gets a goal.
Wow, comedy of errors.
Base here, Tars. Can they set it up? Morris. Kirby was up. Hope ran straight into Morris. He's going to go to the back to Anchors. Anchors into an open goal. Magro comes in, left foot. Looks pretty good off the boot. What he is given time through a very good Shepherd. Oh,
Well
coming in was Musgrove. Musgrove, inside out, kick at goal.
I think he's
Is
got
accurate.
it. He has got it.
Collis and Yaren. Now it's out. Collis picks it out, picks it up, and then handballs it forward. Carroll.
Yeah.
Now he gives it off to his running teammate in Scotty Carlin. And Carlin, if the game wasn't over before, he just put another nail in the coffin. Phil just gets it, kicks it, looking for Calder.
Oh, yeah.
2 bites, gets a grab. He's 65 out, Calder. On the lead and takes the mark.
Dylan Land.
They got there in the end as Dylan Land comes in. He's going to kick from 40 metres out. Stabs at it a little, but it's enough.
Goals for the night so far, and the distance won't be a problem, and neither will the accuracy as he thumps that through, and Waratah go marching on to the second semi-final next week, and a really impressive performance by them, Ash. Stokes in the pocket. Wassimo's first there for Darwin. She gets tackled and manages to get her boot to the ball. Oh, the ball slips through the hands there. Kylie Duggan has a quick kick across the face of goal, but well read out there and well marked by Bianca Stokes.
The Darwin Buffett's the younger sister of the men's coach, Cammy Stokes. She's put that straight through for the first goal of the game, and all her teammates run to get around her.
And now they're just looking to spread, but just misses the target, and Roberts comes in, gets the hand pass to Lewis. Lewis kicks long towards goal. It goes over the top of the players there and straight through. Bianca Stokes celebrates as the ball dribbles through for another goal.
Boot, she's got such a penetrating kick, she'll kick it over the top for a goal.
Freya Pearce up high in the ruck contest brought it down, and now Fomikong was being held by the jumper there, and it was pretty plain to see, and she'll go back and take the free kick. So Fomikong kicks. This one's going right to the goal line. It's going over, I think, and all the way through, and her teammates come around to celebrate with her, and it's been a while between drinks, but Fomikong breaks the ice and gets another goal on the board for Darwin.
To the face. Stings. Kat Simmons winning that ruck tap. Looking for Wardy again. She's held off the ball but manages to get a boot off the ground. And another boot off the ground by Nightcliff. DJ Greenoff runs out and picks it up, turns around, throws it on the boot, and she's kicked Nightcliff's first goal of the game here at the 13-minute mark of the final quarter. Well done, DJ.
Looked to be coming here, but will they have enough time as the ball up happens? No one goes for the ruck contest, and there's a holding free kick. It's going to go Nightcliff's way once
right
again.
In front of goal.
Yeah. Lines up for a goal from directly in front. Kicks on the way now. It looks good. It's gone straight through the middle, and teammates come running and they celebrate. This is her, and a strong body contest again as the ball's caught in underneath, and the siren goes to end the game. So it was an exciting finish. Nightcliff were coming, but just ran out of time. Couldn't get those goals on the board early to really give themselves a shot at it. But full marks to them for the way that they battled the game out. And Darwin, of course, stay alive, go on into next week.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the second half of this Women's Premier League final between PINT and Waratah. Liz Cruz and Tash Medbury in the commentary box with you today. And Tash, just like the first game here today, we've got a real arm wrestle on our hands, and it's just 2 points the difference going into the second half.
Yeah, it was, and the goal to put Waratahs in front by those 2 points was a brilliant effort by Kiara Zarafa in the defensive 50, 4 or 5 efforts in there, 2 smothers, managed to get the ball away. She was surrounded by PINT girls, and they moved it forward and got a really important goal. But no doubt that would have been spoken about at half-time, so let's see what the girls can come out with. And PINT got the first goal very quickly, a minute and a half into the second quarter, so can they do the same in this third?
Steph O'Brien just instrumental in the first half, and she's amongst it early for in the second half for Tars.
Yeah, Ingram as well for Waratah, and McWeeny there that just got the handball away is probably their leading ball getter at the moment. And Jazzy Hewitt just went without that, so they put a lot of pressure on her. There's Ingram, drives it into the forward 50. Lawrence with a bit of meters on her opponent, dances around the other one, and then finally got rid of the footy. The umpire said she threw it. I thought that she might have got hands to it. She pleaded her case, but the umpire said no. So O'Hara with the free kick. Plays on, looking for Ko. Ko kept her feet, which is important. Rihanna Might went to ground, but then she put the pressure on. Well done, Rihanna Might. She's trying to in for a second effort. She's shoveled out the way. Hewitt, quick hands to McWeeny. McWeeny dances around one, and kick has cut off. So McWeeny getting a lot of possession of the footy.
Taryn O'Hare, rock solid though in defence for Tars, and
good mark by Hunt.
Yeah, she's been great again this week, just like last week. She was instrumental in their win. Turned over there by Jazzy Hewitt from PINT.
Yeah, was looking for Maselli there, but Hewitt cut it off. But going in, working it back for a teammate is Ko. Ko with a clearing kick. Kiewit takes the mark and plays on. Looking dangerous here. Celebrate will get over the top. So Aggie Singh and Celebrate both got a bit of X factor up in that forward 50. Both of them putting the pressure on, and that's what they're there for. Can they tie it up here? PINT desperately trying to get the footy out. Wrapped up again. The umpires let it go all game. Kick doesn't find much distance. No pressure laid off the PINT here. So Waratah's, how does this bounce? A cruel bounce for Hetherington. She had front position over Smith, the bigger player. She's dragged it in. She needs to get rid of it. The umpire has gonna ball it up. She dragged that back in. She was blindsided the umpire there. We were very, very fortunate there. Hetherington, the umpire, throws it up quickly. Smith is looking dangerous here. Aggie Smith needs to get around that footy. There she is now, trying to get it out of the pack. And PINT will be happy to wrap that one up.
So 2.5 minutes into this third quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. No score yet in this third quarter. Smith going up, hits it back to Geordie Mifsud at the back, has a shot on goal, but it's going to bounce through for a point. So Tars increased their lead to 3 points, to 6-18, to PINT to 3-15.
Bit of a floater that kick, but I tell you what, it nearly went in, the bounce. So Hetherington with the kicking out duties that she's had all game. She's going to go to the far side. There's not much on. There's all one-on-one contest there, and Hunt is just hanging off the back. And that's exactly where it goes, a rough up. Hunt just misread it there. Gets to the back. Picked up there by...
Came off the boot, so should be a PINT kick for the last touch rule, or out of bounds on the full. I'm not sure which one it was.
Yeah, they're having a bit of a discussion about it, but Hilly Grubb's there. And the umpire's saying, no, it come from above the knee. So still last touch rule, but anyway, we'll
play on.
We'll throw the ball in instead.
So you can see the flags waving there in the background. That breeze is quite strong to the airport end, PINT's club end.
Does Hewitt. Takes it out of the ruck, then clearing kick. Tracking back here is Misford.
Great running there.
And, Chitty front on. Got rid of her. Good work. Oh, I thought she might have done her knee then. Fortunately, she hadn't there. That was Brody. PINT trying to move the ball forward. Rihanna Might taps it to herself now. She gathers the footy. Quick kick forward, one-on-one. Lawrence is good in these areas. Gets to the back. Getting back there is Jeans, Madeline Jeans. She's also had a good season. They had a bit of a write-up on her.
They did,
I think, yesterday.
Yep.
Pint still with possession of the footy in the hot spot. Oh, just tripped at the last minute there. The Pint player fell to ground. Here's Morris, gets there first, and she's wrapped up. And the umpire is going to ball it up.
I'm really surprised that Rick's playing Steph Lawrence, you know, in that full forward in the goal square position, because she's so dangerous around the ball, you know, higher up the ground usually where she plays.
Yeah, and not having Morris or Grubb back there. That's they're usually the forward targets back there for the Pint girls. There's McWeeny, good tackle, and here's Coach. Gee, she's had a really good game. Kicks it to Maselli. Maselli with an unkind bounce, but a brilliant tackle on Atkins. She got the ball away. Might got a left and right foot, which is really important in today's footy. Good pick up, shoves around one. Here's Ingram. Quick kick forward. There's Chittick. Unkind bounce once again. Picked up here. Needs to get rid of it. She does. It's going to the boundary line. It's either going to be... Oh, it's going to stay in. So getting there first is Waratahs.
Yeah, Brittany Daly running in, gets that kick away, but it's going to be chopped off. That's a high tackle. Yes, a high tackle. Sarah Ingram for Pints will get the free kick.
So what does she got on? Chittick, no one's on her. Just waiting for the right time to lead. There she goes now, then cut off by Smith. Ingram ignores that. She goes long, not the best kick, but it comes over the back and an uncontested mark falls in the lap of... Who is that player? We're trying to think. Oh, that's Morris.
Yeah, she just read the ball so well once it came off the boot and just ran onto it.
So she kicked the goal in the first quarter. Could be a very important goal for Waratahs. Kicking with the breeze slightly just going across, so she aims for the nearest goalpost. And they see the breeze take it, but she just didn't give it enough there. So through for a minor score. And now we were, 2 points the difference again.
Yeah, 6.5 minute mark of the third quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. It'll be Tarano here once again to bring that ball back in for Waratah. She's done all game.
Miff said, by the looks of it, is playing a loose player just behind the footy. They go wide. Needs to get a touch on it. She does there, Daniel. Coming in hard is McWeeny. She's been the best player for our Point so far in this game, and a good tackle applied there on Grubb. So ball up.
Such a low-scoring game like the game before us. So goals are just so important, Tash.
Yeah, they'd love to get one here, Pint, because just with what we're talking about, if Waratahs get it one ahead, could be a bit costly. So Maselli, it's a kick away. Lifts it. I said she was playing just behind the footy. Then she's taken high. The umpire said she ducked into it, and now she's caught holding the footy. So Henderson with a good tackle, just taking a while to get up. And she doesn't have to give the ball back here, so Henderson needs to go grab it. Not being kind, I wouldn't. I'd waste time and make her come and get it. Time is a factor in finals. Time is a factor.
It is.
So
it's all a mind game as well, Tash.
It is. Lauren Motlop there, she crashed the pack. The ball comes down. Probably need to give the hands off to Motlop. She was in a good position there. So Waratah just paddling it to themselves. You can see a number of players in that screenshot. They're all hanging around the footy, and it's a really, really hot day out there. You can see not too many are running, even though we've had half time. Kicks it into the forward 50. Here's Lawrence, usually playing a lot more in the middle and goes rest up forward, but she's been the full forward all game. Cleavitt gets tackled. She's taken to ground. Under pressure here, the Waratahs back 5, but well done. They withstand that pressure. Clearing kick, it gets over the back. Tracking back is Watts. Watts needs to put the pressure on here. She does. Front on
with the big hit.
Contact there. Good hit on Newberry. We haven't really called her so far in this game. Usually a ball winner for them as well. Underneath it is Henderson, and Aggie Singh again goes in. The umpire said play on. It was part of the contest. We're a little bit surprised here.
No eyes for the ball there.
Morris gets the kick away. Tracking there is O'Hare. She juggles the mark. Well done, brave as well. She could hear the feet coming, but she got in great position and a good kick out to Hunt. Yes. Now they don't have much ahead here, so she goes inboard. Smart play.
Yeah, she had Maselli and Smith on there, and the Waratah are just going to slow it down now.
Just another 15-metre kick will be okay, and there we go. So over the head of Zarafa, there's Motlop. Motlop tries to kick it off the ground. Did well to get rid of Zarafa. And Cleavitt got rid of Newberry. She's getting hit all over the joint at the moment, Newberry. Chittick, good contest against Batis. Then she gets rid of the footy. So they've started the third quarter really well here, PINT. They've been inside their forward 50 pretty much the whole time, but they haven't managed to get a goal yet. Zarafa and Motlop again, this contest we've loved watching. They both go to ground, keep it, and the ball goes over the boundary line. The ball went over twice, and now the umpire calls it.
Yeah, Cat Weasel, the umpire there with the red hair. He's been around for a long time in NTFL footy. As
I remember going to Gardens Oval from as long as I can remember. I like have memories there from about a 3-year-old, and I remember him.
He umpired our girls under 12 game the other night when we coached against each other out at Palmerston. So he certainly puts into the sport and into the profession of umpiring.
Yeah, he come and he said he misses me giving him cheek when he used to umpire.
Told me he was going deaf, so
and then gave my mum a hug, and I was laughing at
too funny.
He's been helped women's football since day dot. He's was one of the umpires that put his hand up to come and help when we were getting the competition started, when no one else wanted to come on a Sunday and help us. So there we go forward.
Hunt now found Kiewit all on her own. Aggie Singh's got 2 players hot on her heels, which allows Kiewit to just lope into goal. And it's going to go across the face and go through for a behind. A miss there for Waratah. That would have been a good one to get.
She probably had too long to think about that. Hetherington with good pressure as well. She just applied the pressure on Kiewit, but yeah, she might have been able to use her afterburners there. She's got a bit of speed and just ran a little bit closer there because Aggie Singh's opponent was not coming off her.
I love watching Kiewit run and carry, and she's just got beautiful skills. She's a very natural footballer.
Dangerous kick, it holds up in the wind. Coe did a good contest, but Ingram, strong, gets back to her feet, gets the ball away. Unkind bounce, here's Bishop. She gets her kick away. It's going to fall, fortunately, into the lap of her teammate in Watts. Nikki Watts goes long. O'Shea, she timed that well. We can take it O'Brien. O'Brien has a shot on goal, and it's gone through. Waratahs have the first goal of the third quarter. More importantly, it jumps them ahead a little bit further. So 9 points here, the difference now. Very important goal against the Flow. It's the only second time they've been in their forward 50.
Just watch the replay here. Nikki Watts taking a good mark. Looking for Lauren O'Shea, but it was just a bit high for her, and O'Brien just scooped it up with one hand, 1, 2, 3 steps, and straight through for a goal. She's been instrumental in this finals campaign for Waratah, and the score now, Tars 3-7-25, leading PINT 2-4-16 at the 12-minute mark of the third quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and what a crucial goal that was for Tars.
Yeah, really important. As we said, there are not many goals being kicked in the women's finals so far, and that's vital because that gets them more than a goal in front. Back in the middle.
Jazz Hewitt winning that ruck tap, but Tars able to clear it out of the middle, hitting up Maselli again. She's got runners on, turns around looking for Aggie Singh, and she takes a mark on her chest. Plays on quickly, swings around on the right. Lauren O'Shea with a great shepherd there, and through for another goal for Waratah. Wow, Tash.
So Singh, well done, but good work to Waratahs there. They moved it quickly and they caught points off. So Rick Nolan at the moment is dropping a few extra players back into the defensive 50 as we watch on replay here. Just the ball movement here by Maselli. She moved it on quickly. Aggie Singh had about 5 metres on her opponent, and then she moved it on quickly as well. So just to avoid the pressure, she knew it was a one-on-one contest, and O'Shea shepherded that one through, and great goal to Aggie Singh. So that goes to 3 she kicked last week, and now 1 in this game.
Yeah, 4 individual goal kickers for Waratah today, and 2 really quick goals within a minute of each other. Just blows that scoreline. Open now, Tars 4-7-31, the leading PINT 2-4-16 at the 13.5-minute mark of the third quarter here at TIO Stadium. So Stephanie O'Brien winning that ruck tap, but it hits the deck. PINT's player scoops it up, but gets a heavy tackle there. Jazzy Hewitt now trying to pick it up, but tackled again. It's ferocious in there in the middle, Tash.
Yeah, Kiewit goes in hard as well. Celebrity's been put on the ball. Now it comes out by Jazzy Hewitt. She needs to spot up a player. Blazes away. Just looking for distance, and a good mark taken by Jenna Daniel.
Yeah, she's really come in to the game in the third quarter in defence for Waratah.
Yeah, and they don't need to rush it here. We're at the 14-minute mark. So Maselli, good body work. Nearly a good mark there to the PINT lady back there in Jala Hunt against O'Brien, which is very hard to do. PINT, they need a goal. I know it's a close game, and Might sound silly to say that, but just in the context of this game, they could really do with one before three-quarter time, which isn't that far away. And a free kick going the way of Waratahs.
Yeah, they've got all the momentum at the moment, Waratah.
So that was Pluker again. She's had a very consistent game as we watch Jazzy Hewitt come off for PINT. They're very late in the game to get Jazzy off. I probably would have left her on Rick Nolan, and there's a mark taken by Bishop.
Yeah, Sharona once again continuing her good form from last week's game, and it's been a lot of the same players that played well for last week. For Waratah, O'Brien and Keevat out there, and
Keevat with a drop mark, probably should have taken, but they kicked it straight back to Bishop.
Sharona, and she's telling them all to slow down.
She knows the time is her best friend here, and if she can... Oh, she puts herself under a little bit of pressure. Goes long.
And there's Stephanie Lawrence, Katie Streeter now pushing to try and bring herself more into the play. That should go over the line.
Yeah, they'll be happy it stays in. A good tackle applied on Ko.
But yeah, Lisa Mansally, another one in the shot there. She's got the knee heavily strapped, but when she gets the ball, like, she just creates for her team. Really good player.
Very smart player. Does a lot of the one percenters as well. Might not get 20 touches a game anymore, but with that coming back with that knee injury. But yeah, it's the little things that she does off the ball. So here's an opportunity. We've gone nearly 16 minutes in the third quarter. They haven't been long quarters, so probably less than a minute left. And a good mark again by Jenna Daniel. So that she'll want to stick to this sideline here, not come inboard. She does that, but a poor kick. Ingram with the mark. So they're waiting for the lead. Bishop is a loose player back in defence there for Waratahs. So she's just reading the play. And a kick into Chittick, 2 to beat, comes to the back. There's a number of PINT players around the footy. Kick on goal, and the Breeze grabs it and takes it out of bounds on the full. So Sharona Bishop will have her third kick within about 2 minutes.
Racking up the stats. So 16.5-minute mark of the third quarter, and it is Waratah with the biggest lead of the game, 4-7-31, leading PINT 2-4-16.
So she's looking inboard, but I don't think she'll want to go across the face. No, there's that experience as the siren goes for three-quarter time, and the biggest margin so far of the game, Liz.
That's it. Goals to Aggie Singh, Lisa Maselli, Geordie Mifsud and Stephanie O'Brien adds up to 4 for Waratah, while for PINT, Steph Lawrence and Casey Morris with 1 apiece. And yeah, as we said, the biggest margin of the game. We'll go to the three-quarter time break and be back very soon for the final quarter.
This afternoon here at Waratah, TIO Stadium. To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Picked up by Beautiful. Goes for home and it's nailed, an absolute ripstorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the final quarter of this qualifying final. The team that wins today advances straight through to the grand final, while the loser will play St Mary's next week. It's Waratah who kicked 2 goals in that quarter to break the game wide open. 2-4-16 point trailing Waratah for 7:31. Tash, massive last quarter coming up.
Yeah, it is, and let's see what the minor premiers PINT can do, because of course, as you said, they have only had one loss this season. That was to St Mary's, and you know they've won both games against Waratahs, I think, by pretty good margins during the season. So Waratahs have absolutely thrown everything at them today, and they've started the third quarter. PINT was bombarding their forward 50, and they've just withheld it, and then just made the most of their opportunities when they've gone forward, Waratahs. But Aggie Singh again with a real crucial goal in that third quarter.
Yeah, she's been a real X factor for Waratah. I just love watching her play. She's so exciting. And Stephanie O'Brien, another one. She's been unbelievable for Waratah today.
And Hunt just stays in the centre circle, just watching and admiring her teammate just run through. She didn't even take one step as it's gone into the 50. I tell you what, if they get a goal here, it is could be very, very costly. Here's Singh, so she'll regather. She has a snap-on goal, and the breeze just took that one away, and goes through for a minor score. So now 16 points the difference here at TIO. What can Rick Nolan pull out of his trick bag? Just looking to see if there's been any changes with key matchups, and it looks like that Lawrence has been moved closer to the ball. We've questioned that pretty much today, but we've realised there's one key player for PINT's missing, and that was Renee Hicks. So we're not quite sure where she is, but here's Aggie Singh again. She's taken without the footy. The umpire says play on. Ingram with the clearing kick. She can hold her head high today, but look at the number of Waratahs players here. Hunt, beautiful kick, doesn't go 15. The umpire said play on. And again, Ingram in the right position, but she's just going to blaze away, and it's going to favour Waratahs here. Buka, who's had another wonderful game out there. Contest against Grubb. Hillary Grubb kicks it off the ground. Getting back there is O'Hare. Hand passes off to a teammate. Beautiful shepherd applied to Amy Chittick, and then she dives at the legs there. A bit dangerous. She goes and apologises there. And here's Zarafa, and there's a Waratahs player down in back play. I'm not quite sure if that was from the previous contest or something's happened off the footy.
Yeah,
and
no players around. It's Lisa Maselli, and it's her knee, I think.
So Keevat took the mark, and that is not good for Maselli. She's just come back from a long-term knee injury.
And
here's
she is,
Lawrence.
Stephanie Lawrence. We wanted her to come into the game. We know how damaging she is, and she's got that ball in the centre. Looking for Jazzy Hewitt.
They're on here.
Takes a mark in the square. Nikki Watts on the mark as Lisa Maselli hobbles off the ground with the help of the trainer.
She needed to move that forward a lot quicker than Hewitt. She allowed Waratah's defenders to creep back there. Rihanna Meyer couldn't pick up the footy. She was dumped. There's Daniel. She tries to progress forward, and the umpire finally balls it up. Now, they had the one extra player, Waratahs, in that forward 50, and Jazzy Hewitt just held the ball up a little bit too long, and that does not look good for Waratahs if Lisa Maselli is gone, not just for this game, but potentially for the grand final or next week's game, depending on how they finish this game. Yeah, so umpires.
So another ball up, 2.5 minutes into this final quarter. Down the PINT's scoring end.
So time is against PINT now, kicked off the ground. So Hewitt against Watts. Watts, good tackle on Hewitt, but she got the ball away. Good kick in. Stephanie Lawrence is there. So was Morris. Tracking it back is Daniel. She's dived on top of the footy. They dive on top of her. They've got their hands up, and the umpire. Oh, I thought he was going to give that one there. He's going to ball it up.
Oh, so another ball up. 3 minutes and 12 seconds into this final quarter. It's about 35 metres out from PINT's goal. O'Brien in the air, and it's Hunt that kicks that clearing kick, trying to get it across the 50. There's two players going for it.
Lifts it. She gets hands to ball, gets it to Celebrate. She's pushed out of the way, then getting back up as Midford. And they've wrapped up the footy here, so the umpire will ball it up. Good consistent umpiring with these ball ups.
Yeah, and just chewing up that time on the clock. We're getting close to 4 minutes now in that final quarter. O'Brien going to go up in the ruck against Jazz Hewitt. It's been a great battle today.
Yeah, you don't want to go too defensive here, Waratahs, but they are in front by a number of goals now to O'Brien. O'Brien kicks it long. Smith is hoping that it's a cruel bounce. Aggie Singh got hands to it. Good pressure applied. She ducked into that tackle that the umpire has a late call there. At first he said play on, and then he's called it up. So Hetherington with the free kick. She needs to play on quickly.
She's going to switch it now to the grandstand side, looking for McWhinney. Again, she's been busy today. Gets it out wide to Ingram. Can't pick it up, so back to McWhinney. Picks it up, but slips out of her hands.
Yeah, they're under enormous pressure here, Pint. They know that time is against them, so they're just that perceived pressure now. And again, taking the footy, then 2 Pint players clash over it. Keefe intercepts. Ball comes down, and again picked up here by Hamilton.
Great
Hamilton
tackle by Geordie Mifsud there.
Tries to get it out to Motlop. Motlop couldn't take possession of the footy. There's Newberry trying to impact this game, but a free kick going to Keefe. And at the back is Smith. If she can get this long, Smith is out. She does. Hetherington, a mismatch there. Well done to Hetherington, the smaller player in front. Aggie Singh puts the pressure on. Clearing kick by Rihanna Myatt. Jazzy Hewitt was waiting for it. O'Brien picks it up. She's taken to ground, gets her kick away though. Good shepherd off the ball by Mifsud. She goes back in for a second effort. Pint, McWhinney. The players are crashing in everywhere. Celebrity gets the kick away. It's into space. Who gets there first? Rihanna Myatt. This time off the left. Beautiful kick. Unfortunately, her teammate couldn't take the mark. That's Hillary Grubb. They've got numbers here. Picked up now finally by Newberry. Kicks it into the forward 50. Got players at the back. Daniel, she's had a brilliant second half to this game. Well done, Morris. Shepherded for Amy Chittick. Chittick finally gets the footy away. I thought that was a throw, and the umpire has called it. So
good call, Tash. So a free kick to Waratah. They're going to switch it here out to Hunt. Takes an uncontested mark. She's going to bring it down the wing, looking for Annabelle Keefe. Again, uncontested mark. Just takes it nice and easy on the chest. Switches it inboard. Looking for Mifsud, who possibly could have got a free kick then, but the umpire calls play on. Nikki Watts boots it off the ground now, trying to get it into that forward line for Waratah.
They're picked up by Mifsud. She kept running. Then she handballs to Celebrity. Celebrity turned her back. She was waiting for the ball to go over. Lauren Motlop can't get her kick away. She's dispossessed. Good work by Streeter. Katie Streeter gets her kick away to centre wing. Trying to get there is Grubb. Grubb couldn't take the footy. Hunt. And there's a number of Waratah's players that can raffle that off. They've got the time. They can just slow things down here, Wheeler.
Yeah, there's no one on Celebrate. Lauren Motlop's going to go push to the side and pick up the Rafa, which opens up exactly for that kick to Celebrate.
So Celebrate, Aggie Singh, how does this bounce? Is it going to favour her? She should get there first. She's dangerous in these conditions. She drops the footy, has to regather, gets in between two, picks up the footy, has a shot on goal, and she's just missed it.
Wow, how exciting was that?
She applied the pressure to herself there, but then danced around 2 players, and unfortunately there, that would have brought the house down. I think the Waratah's supporters that are here.
Yeah, so 7.5 minutes into this final quarter. It is Pint 2-4-16, trailing Waratah 4-9-33. It's going to be pretty tough to come back from here for Pint, Tash.
Yeah, definitely. 7.5, so we're already halfway through. Streeter, Newberry couldn't take that. Zarafa got her head taken off. The umpire said that's okay. O'Brien, how does she find this much space by herself? Well done, McWhinney. O'Brien goes in again. And a second smother. Well done to Pint. They're under enormous pressure here, trying to break through out the defensive 50. Finally gets her kick away. Hunt will get there. She's tackled. Then she kicks it while she's laying on the ground. It's all happening here at TIO. They're under enormous pressure here. The minor premiers have only lost 1 game of the season. This is to get into the grand final. And a good kick and mark by Wheeler.
Sharona Bishop has found space all day in that back line, just mopping it up for Tars time and time again.
Yeah, she's been the loose player, and I'm quite surprised that Rick Nolan hasn't gone and got someone to actually play on her. As the ball again, here we go, Aggie Singh, they try and outbody her, which is the right thing to do. This time it works for them. They needed to do that earlier on in the game and kick away, and Co. parked underneath it. I played touch with her sister Katie. I think her sister plays for Buffaloes in Div 2. I'm trying to convince her to come to Magpies. I might have to ask her sister as well.
Aggie Singh's down on the ground clutching her ankle, I think.
And O'Brien, she has a kick in. Mifsud will take the mark.
I think it went out of bounds.
Oh, and she just drops the footy there.
Cat Weasel's made the call on the boundary over there. And, yeah, Aggie Singh's still not sure if she's got cramp or rolled an ankle.
We need to keep an eye on that because we know that Lisa Maselli has already come off for Waratahs with what appears to be a knee injury, which a lot of concern, which won't be good for women's finals if we've got Danielle Ponta that we suspect is a broken collarbone. Lisa Maselli comes off with what appeared to be a pretty serious knee injury, and Aggie Singh's up and about now.
Yeah, good to see Aggie. So 9 minutes ticked over in this final quarter.
Jan was just ready on the sideline, ready to sprint on and help her, the trainer that's been the trainer
legend.
forever.
Jenny.
And O'Brien takes it. Has a kick up, arced underneath it. Good mark there by Atkins, I think that might be.
Yeah, she's going to switch it now over to the grandstand side, looking for Sarah Ingram.
Yeah, good tackle there by Hunt. She made sure she didn't give away the free kick. She just rolled her and made sure she laid on top of her, didn't get in her back or high. So, again, we're nearly hitting the 10-minute mark.
Smith winning the ruck, just hitting it to the ground. Pints bringing that ball out, but a good tackle there by Nikki Watts, and it's going to be holding the ball.
Yeah, and Bishop has a case to ask there. There should have been a 50. She kicked the ball after the free kick was given, which is usually a 50, but benefit the doubt.
So Aggie Singh's actually coming off now. Annabelle Kivitz running on.
Good kick.
Didn't wait for her to come off.
Mifsud,
or maybe, sorry, Lauren O'Shea's going on.
Mifsud, good mark. She read that ball really well, so this is just on her range. I feel Lauren Motlop's on the mark.
Yeah, Mifsud's been good the last couple of weeks, coming up from Victoria, as we said, plays for Hawthorn down there, where she won the best and fairest, and comes from pretty good footy stock. Dad Jason Mifsud, an AFL player.
So I reckon this is just on her measure. The breeze is swirling, so now it's sort of going against her. She can penetrate well. Yeah, the breeze holds it up a little bit. Nearly a mark there by O'Shea. It's kept in. Has a snap on goal and through for a minor score.
Yeah, O'Brien again with the hands out to Nikki Watts, who kicks a point. So the score, Waratah 4-10-34, leading Pint 2-4-16, and it's not a position that Pint have found themselves in this year, apart from their loss to St Mary's.
No, and St Mary's girls will be probably pumped to play Pint next week if that is the case, knowing that the last time they played they got the win over them.
Yeah, and it just goes to show how important it is making finals, and anything can happen, as we see a mark there by Celebrate. So Pint finished just with the one loss for the whole season, but are going to have suffer their second one today if this game keeps up for the next 5 or 6 minutes.
So I reckon this is just beyond her measure as well, so they need to Pint, all the players are back there. Waratah's, he launches that one and just touched on the line. So another minor score to Waratahs. They'll be happy with this, but 11 behinds. They want to make sure they turn them into probably goals come grand final day.
Yeah, I think they kicked 4 or 5 points before they kicked the goal in the first quarter, so a few of them were from them, and it's settled down a little bit since then, as we see Hetherington bring that ball back in again. She's going to come down the grandstand side, looking for Stephanie Lawrence, and almost a mark at the back. But Lawrence picks it up and kicks it out, finding her teammate Georgie Hicks.
So Hicks moves it on quickly, and that's 50. So just the protected area there. So Pint need to give the ball back to Hicks. Oh no, it's a downfield free kick. I thought that there. No, that's 50
there.
I was going to say Hicks needs to take the footy. It's your free,
and
which
they need to do it quickly.
Yeah, Hicks is confused here. Hicks, it's your free kick. She's the one with the ball, and the umpires have still messed that up.
Yep, so Rihanna Newbury's going to take that kick, get it inside 50 for Pints. Looking for Amy Chittick at the front, but it just goes over the top of her. Picked up there by Riley Huppets. Kick doesn't go where she wants, and Hicks is going to run on and kick a goal for Pints.
So, much needed goal for Pints, and she was only down there because she was meant to take the 50-metre kick, and she ended up getting the goal from it. So
look at all the Pint supporters in the stand. The score now, Waratah 4-11-35, leading Pint 3-4-22. We just watched the replay there, looking for Amy Chittick, but it goes over the top. And yeah, just a little handball there that Georgia Hicks was able to run on and kick a goal. So we're back to a 13-point margin, Tash.
Yeah, time absolutely against them here. Even 2 quick goals will not give them the lead. So I think pretty much call it, Liz, that Waratahs are the first team through to the grand final.
Huge.
Here.
Huge.
I think they finished 4th on the ladder.
Huge. 3rd, I think.
3rd?
Yep.
So
or 2nd.
Here's Street up. Gets the hands away. We'll go with 3rd.
Pints finish on top.
Yeah. We'll go with 3rd
I think
or 4th.
Buffs finished 4th, so it was out of them and St Mary's as Pint go forward again, looking for Hicks again, their goal kicker, but mopped up there.
Good smother.
Yeah, by Brittany Daly. So it's come inside the Pints forward line now. Jazzy Hewitt's got 2 players to beat.
They'll be happy to take this over the boundary line, and good professional fumble
very
over.
well disguised.
Yes, well done there to the Waratahs player.
So 14.5 minutes have gone in this final quarter. Cat Weasel, the legendary umpire to throw it in, rocking the red hair.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
He used to drive up from Timber Creek, I believe.
Yeah, he lives
every
out
weekend.
of town. So
Gets to the back, Street up, picks it up, has a blaze away from the pack, and this will help Pint, but I think time is very much against them. So just working on their structures here, and that's gone out of bounds. No, it should be a boundary throw in. So Amy Chittick was setting up. I think she's a bit confused there, and she's limping as well, Amy Chittick. So a few injury concerns to come out of the second week of the women's finals, Liz, that will be hot on during the week.
Yeah, across all of the teams, which is no good, and we hope all the injured players aren't too bad. Stephanie Lawrence trying to get the handball away, but wrapped up there. Not letting go was Maddie Jeans.
So good contributors across the ground for Waratahs here today, I feel. So Lisa Maselli before she went on, Jordan Mifsud, Keevert, O'Brien. I think they're best on ground again.
Yep.
Hunt, Sharona Bishop in the back line, but Kiara Zarafa still go back to that contest in the 3rd quarter with a really, really important goal. I think really changed the momentum for the Waratahs girls.
I had the exact same list written down, Sash, so like mine's there. But for Pint, Steph Lawrence has been good when the ball's been near, and Zarafa again just bringing it out, looking for Keevert, but off hands to Aggie Singh, who gets a high up and under kick, looking for Hunt, and just uses her strength to work her player off the ball.
They can enjoy these last couple of minutes. There's nothing better in finals footy when you know you're in front
and you're
going to win.
Grand final.
And there it is.
There's the siren, and that's huge. What a huge win in the context of this women's footy finals series to Waratah over Pint. The final score 4-11-35 to Pint, 3-4-22. Waratah, the first team to advance to the Women's Premier League Grand Final for 2022-23, and Pint live to fight another day against St Mary's next week, Tash.
Yeah, what a matchup next week that will be, a really vital game, and this is where the mind games start, because St Mary's were the only team to beat Pint during the season, and they looked a little bit out of sorts there, Pint, but Rick Nolan will get them back on the training track, and Waratahs will sit back next week and watch them bash each other, and hope that we're just watching the coaches there.
Yeah, there's a lot of respect between those two, and they spent a lot of time coaching together at NT Thunder, so Rick pays his dues, and Heidi likewise highly respects Rick, so great sportsmanship in the NTFL. We'll see the Waratahs players just embracing each other. They're so pumped to go through to the grand final. Well, it's been a pleasure to host you this afternoon. My name's Liz Cruz. Always great to commentate with my sis.
Thanks,
Tash
Liz.
Bedbury.
Always fun.
Stay tuned for the Men's Premier League Final Series. Nightcliff will be taking on St Mary's next up at TIO Stadium here in Darwin.